Ladies and gentlemen, now we have what is considered to be possibly the first main event of the evening. I'd say that, like, the stream in general is like a main event, but this is the main event. Okay, this is a $300 request from Pablo. He gave me three options for albums to react to today. He said you could either listen to something that was Joy Division's Closer, Talk Spirit of Eden, or The Stooges. I don't remember what the album was, but it was The Stooges. I chose Spirit of Eden. I was curious about this project. I've heard good things about it. So, yeah, we're going to... Oh, I should have been fucking recording while I was saying all that. Hello, everyone. My name is Bradley. I have a Brad taste in music, and today I'm going to be reacting to Talk Spirit of Eden. Now, this is sent in by Pablo. He gives an extremely generous $300, which I just want to say an incredible thank you for that. He gave me also three options of albums to listen to, and I was able to pick one. I decided to pick this one because I've been curious about it for a while. The other two choices being Closer by Joy Division and an album by The Stooges, I believe. So, yeah, I'm excited for this. I don't know much about it. Pablo says, many consider this album to be the first fully fleshed out post-rock album. It's post-rock? It's post-rock? Oh, shit, that's exciting. This band's prior three albums were synth pop. Huge change. Mark Hollis's vocals are my favorite male vocals. It's motherfucking post-rock. That's all I need to hear. I'm a nerd for post-rock, dude. I love post-rock. I'm very curious how this is going to translate into a reaction format. Either way, I'm fascinated. Let's give it a shot, and let's see where it goes. Of course, we're going to be listening to it through Spotify, and we're doing that for the sake of, Why am I looking up Spotify and Spotify? Here we go. Spirit of Eden. So this album's 6 songs, 40 minutes, and first track is The Rainbow. Let's go. Holy shit, I already have stuff to say. Goddamn. First of all, let's say that Returns thinks this is a 10 out of 10 album, okay? And I will say right now, if it continues to be as good as just the 5 seconds I've heard, this thing's pretty amazing. I gotta say, Spirit of Eden, I like the fact that it's a picture of a tree because there's something very serene about this beginning drone, feeling very meditative, like a breeze, right? So, Okay. Sorry about that. I also am sending it directly to you guys. So just for this quiet part. Okay, I'm making the executive decision for this album. I honestly think I should listen to it with headphones. Now, you might be thinking, wait, hold on, I got a good gag. So I'm specifically choosing these Beats headphones, which I know everybody loves Beats headphones. Incredible. The best headphones in the game. All right. Here we go. Now, for you guys over there in okay, I gotta explain this to you guys. I will be turning down the stream volume a lot. So I'm going to also make a note of this. I'm going to say stream volume is down. Let's say 7 for copyright. There we go. That way people understand when they show up, so they just got to play it a little bit louder. I am turning my mic down. That's why, see, I'm turning it down. But that's why I'm giving you guys a warning, because the entire stream is going to be very quiet. That's the point, is I'm turning down the mic so that it's all still balanced, but you know what I'm saying. Okay. Anyways, I'm excited. This shit's going to be amazing. I already know it's going to be so good. Don't mind me, I'm just going to test the volume really quickly. Testing 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's good. All right, just for my own sake. Okay, that's good. All right. That's actually a pretty good volume. It's pretty good. Okay, let's keep it like that. Oh my god. Oh my god. Huh. Oh, you're right. Oh, you're right. There's lyrics. The world's turned upside down. Jimmy Finn is out. Well, how can that be fair at all? Who's Jimmy Finn exactly? Good to see you, Ivan. I'm glad you like the shirt. Glad you like the drip. Thank you, Carlton, for being here, and I'm really sorry to hear that. you, Kevin. Hmm. Jimmy Finn is a Mark Twain character who dies in a fire. I appreciate the context, actually. That does help. I'm actually not sad. I'm actually very happy today. Today is surprisingly great. I actually completely forgot. I had that set up. Okay, now it's better. Oh shit. Okay, so it immediately goes on to the next song. I don't want to mess with the flow too much of this project, so I just want to keep in mind what kind of happened there. The drone just kind of, there's a lot of different instruments leading into the next thing. That song was really fucking impressive. This album came out in the 80s. The 80s. This is like late 80s. This is incredibly ahead of its time. I mean, you said these guys made synth pop, right? Synth pop before this shit. I can't even see it. This is just so brilliantly done. The production, everything is so clear and clean. The recording is amazing. It is just delivered like as if they are playing right in front of you. Wow, the recording. I gotta say again, the recording. It's so clean, but it also makes it so much more impressive, and all these pieces come together and blend so nicely. The hits of piano in there, I gotta make a note of because they were truly putting me into trance. Yeah, it felt like meditative music. I also really liked. I appreciated the context of the character being a Mark Twain character because I had no clue what was going on with that, and understanding that too helps with my enjoyment. There feels like there's a lot of layers to still peel back with this, but considering the fact that I love the sound so much, that's very promising. Next song we have here is Eden. Here we go. Oh, Smiley Ball, by the way, if I didn't say so. All right, let's keep going. Still not as good as 80s Beach Boys. Good take. Wow. Reminds me of Velvet Underground. Wow. Oh my god. Godspeed you, Velvet Emperor. Wait, holy shit. Okay, so these guys were the people who did It's My Life, Don't You Forget. What the fuck? Damn. Is their pop stuff as good as this shit? This is pretty stellar. They have a really good ear for atmosphere. They really know how to build onto their influences and make it into something of their own. Spirit of Eden's also a very appropriate name for something that feels so floaty. It's just ear candy, dude. Every moment of this song. I'd even say that it feels like their pop roots might have actually benefited them in terms of making this such an easy listen. It's like an album that feels somewhat progressive, like post-rocky, meditative, but yet it all comes together into feeling like very complete songs, and like it still can be played casually. I'm actually extremely impressed with just, again, the easy listening that this is providing. before it gets to the last segment of the song, I like that song more than the last one. I really like the last one, but I feel like this one was like a real ascension. Like like I felt myself almost breaking down. It was so beautiful. And then I snapped out of it. I was like, "Hey, don't be a bitch." It's like a weird defense mechanism against that. And I was like, "Wait, shit. It's okay. It's okay to cry." And then I couldn't get back into it. It literally ascended me so hard that it ascended me out of the experience. Ain't that some shit? That's a smiley ball. Wow. 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 And it's so simple. Like I could tell that it's very inspired by like Velvet Underground, but it's just like an updated like version that is still experimented on and going for something completely different in terms of the aesthetic, in terms of the story. It feels like it's transformed. It feels like it's really brought into a whole new a whole new world. I I I'm really loving this album. I'd say it's like I don't want to jump to any conclusions. I'm just gonna mark that as a 10, okay, in terms of just relative track listing, okay? No need to get excited. All right. Sorry if I'm not as responsive to the chat. I am, I'm listening. I just want to say the experience of this album so far is amazing. We're two songs in, and it feels like each of these songs is distinct, very complete, memorable, strong, passionate, and I'll say it again, an easy listen. No, Dr. Theo did not send this. Next song, Desire. I love that. I agree. The balance that artists have where they can do groundbreaking stuff while also being accessible, I feel like is one of the things that makes music so fun in general. I listened to a couple of tracks on To Pimp a Butterfly again today, just for the sake of it. Something reminded me of Mortal Man, and I just wanted to listen again. And that song, with even the Tupac skit at the end, is just truly an ascension. Like there's still things that I discovered with that track with returning to it, like how the beginning saxophone sounds like a fluttering of a butterfly's wings. Um, but yeah, it reminded me of what makes music so exciting in the first place, and I think it's one of the reasons I was so excited to stream today, and definitely why I'm so excited to listen to this album. When you told me like the three albums, I was like, this one I've heard good things about. It must be an experience, and it feels great to just sit back and just observe, be passive, and just let it in. It's really nice. Primitive Man. It was a train wreck. Holy shit. Pablo sent in this album. Godspeed's amazing, but like even just from what I'm hearing here, like it doesn't seem like the two are comparable. Like sure, they're both post-rock, but this is going for a completely different vibe. Like it's its own experience. Oh, great intro, dude. Oh yeah, way less dystopian, a lot more euphoric. Hey, what's up, Emily? Yeah, actually, join the club. Yeah, Oh. Oh. Oh, wow. Why does that literally sound perfect? Wow. Wow. Anyways, what I was saying before that happened, this is one of the birthers of post rock. I believe the record label is struggling to try to figure out how to market this. They tried appealing to the jazz enthusiasts in marketing. Yeah, this feels like I mean, like again, this coming out in the '80s. I'm still kind of baffled by that. It is extremely ahead of the curve. Like I I. I'm surprised that a pop band would ever do some shit like this. Like ever, this seems so like so out of left field, but oh my god, it's like they integrate what actually works about the pop style of things being so cleanly mixed and put together, like combining that with post rock, just having these moments of ascension just come in and just oh, it's so perfectly executed. God damn. What the fuck? Interesting. Desire Works is an amazing third act that introduces a really intense moment into this album that has been very meditative, while still cloaking it in such a beautiful, beautiful mist of just like a pure beauty is all I could really say about it. The way this thing elevates, it still stays confined in the atmosphere and aesthetic that's already been built, and it matches it and just feels like it's still doing more with the sound rather than just exiting it and going off on its own. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but what I mean is this is the song where shit gets real, moving in a heavier direction while still maintaining the meditative feeling of everything. That's a big smiley ball. It's extremely impressive. Plus, the song's great. The intros and outros of all these tracks feel very appropriate. Everything is timed very nicely. Everything has a lot of patience. Yeah, it just kind of gives you just the right amount of content with each of these tracks. I'm liking it. Here we go. Next song, Inheritance. Brad, have you heard any Talk Talk's pop work? I've heard, yeah, like the one song they did that was like really popular. Um, it'd be cool to compare the two if you haven't, or would that ruin? And I'd rather keep this going just as is, and just kind of keep the flow running. Hello? Thank you, Emily. What the fuck did you send me, Emily? You're scaring me. Oh, no, it's your own song. Okay. Yeah, I'm recording this. Thank you, Matthew. There's no super chat request, but I'll make an exception for you for the hell of it. Yeah, I'm gonna say that like I suspect that the pop roots that these guys have is leading to these instrumentals really feeling like they just have such proper timing. Like it all just feels like a pattern. It doesn't feel like, oh, we're just gonna randomly do this shit. No, it all every like 4 bars or so comes back together. It feels very orchestrated and purposeful.
to redress with open arms, ascension incense within.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Emily. Oh, the use of space. Oh my.
Don't you know how love goes on? Desperately befriending the crowd. So incessantly travel, dressing a surrendering gown. Heaven bless you when you come, my gentle friend. Heaven bless you.
I mean, wow. Just in the same way that the last song was an amazing third act, Inheritance is an amazing fourth act. I can't tell you exactly what this song means meaningly. Um, I think it's something that I'm curious. Let me see. Let me see if I can pull anything else out of the lyrics. This album flopped. That that doesn't surprise me. This I mean that's the thing though, is like this shit we understand what this is categorized as nowadays, but you know, there wasn't really a an audience for this kind of shit. Um yeah, that song regardless is transcendental. I'd give it a big old smiley ball, an extremely passionate and amazing performance. Really strong use of timing, great use of space. The song is just extremely entertaining from beginning to end. The singing's amazing. Yeah, wonderful composition. Hell yeah. I'm really floating along with this one. Next song we have I Believe in You. It's very little, but just having a little bit of space between songs, a little bit of breathing room actually does go a long way. my god, this album is... Oh, that's the other thing about this album is every one of these songs is distinct and memorable. They actually leave an impression on you. Yeah, I gotta say, man, it's not just like, oh, they're doing something new. They're doing something that feels very complete. This shit is not easy. This shit is not easy.
Hear it in my spirit. Sing for myself. On the streets of young, they always step. And nothing ain't enough crippled world. I just can't bring myself to see it started.
Nice intro.
Tell me how I feel about prejudice for my day. Is it worth so much when you taste it? Enough there ain't enough enough. A time to sell yourself, a time for passing.
Thank you, I just drink blood. How's anyone getting Radiohead from this? Yo, they Talk literally said Radiohead was an inspiration for this album. All right. I Believe in You is one of the most beautiful songs of this album, and I have a hard time actually describing what it is this song is about. So let me tell you my interpretation through the lyrics is it feels like seeing it's like I've seen heroin for myself. I don't know if they're talking about like a hero, but for some reason I thought about like on a street so young, laying wasted, enough is enough, crippled world. I know it's like heroin probably is like actual heroin, but also there's felt like there was something about this that is talking about losing hope in the world, and spirit seems to be this thing to. Oh man, it just feels like a third perspective to this whole situation. I don't even know how to describe it, but like that song was. I mean, it was fucking amazing. Oh yeah, no, lo-fi. I feel the same way about that. Like a lot of old progressive rock albums or some other stuff that like really doesn't click with me. Like I can see where it is. I feel like this is more my sound, and because I actually really appreciate listening to this, it feels like an easy listen as well as something to get more out of with diving into it. I feel like that's what really does it for me. Um, I I that song was fucking incredible. This song was so fucking good. Yeah, yeah. I'd also say that's one of the best of the album here. Um, Holy shit. All right. Last track. Song's about a singer's brother that struggled with a heroin addiction. Final song of the album, Wealth.
created upon my flesh. Create approach upon my Give me salvation if I fear. Take my freedom.
Lo-fi Rocket Man.
Create upon my breath. Create reflection on my flesh. The wealth of love.
Of course, they're ending it off on a piano ballad of all things. Terrible.
Witness to the years. Take my freedom. Let my freedom. Let my freedom. Take my freedom. Forgive me.
Now, the song's called Wealth, and it seems like freedom is the currency being talked about. Flesh, freedom, this is all what wealth is. Which, wow. Thanks, Star Rec, for being here.
Take my freedom. Let my freedom up. Let my freedom up. Take my freedom.
No, I don't need a hug. No, Eden, I didn't see that. I'm willing to give, look, knowing how mature Sean C like comes off, like, you know what I mean? I'm not just gonna say, oh, canceled, you know, Sean C. Like, the dude seems like he's got a decent head on his shoulders. I'm willing to assume that whatever he said, he probably understands is bad, at least by now, you know? People, you know, just, they learn pretty quick. I can't even fucking believe it. Like that last song, Wealth, is pretty much like it's the slowest, it's the softest moment of this entire album, just kind of laying you down and sort of just floating away. But it never truly feels like this album ends. It fades, but it feels like it's still going off in the distance, like this is an endless hymn. I love this song. I'd give it a smiley ball if I didn't already. It's pretty much giving freedom for a sacred love, whatever the fuck that means. It kind of sounds a little bit biblical, especially with Spirit of Eden. Feels like there's something to be said with this whole album, with giving up freedom, in a way, especially with like I Believe in You, talking about his spirit, almost like he's wanting to let go of it. Wow. Wow. I went into this album wanting to get an experience, and I got one, and it was spectacular. Uh, you know, it's albums like these that serve as benchmarks in post rock, and it just happens to be fantastically enjoyable as well. I'm feeling. I read headphones on this apple.
Dog.
Damn. That's one I want to sit with a little bit. Wow. That was really impressive. Do a religion tier, the religion tier list. Oh God, that's a good one. Wow. Talk needs to go work at McDonald's. I agree. All right, I'll say that like if I had to score it right now, I'd probably give it a 95, like a 95, 96. I thought every song was great. I would probably rank the songs as the opening track did probably the least for me, but it's everything's very marginal. Then I'd say Wealth. Then I would say Inheritance, and then Eden Desire and I Believe in You were all like pretty fantastic. Wow. I mean, not only is this album ahead of its time, but it still sounds ahead of its time today. Like, it really does stand out. The production's immaculate. The only thing I would say is that it sounds a little bit like the 80s, which, I mean, you know, it is from the 80s, so it is what it is, you know? There's just certain things they were doing in the 80s that they kind of stopped doing. Little things here and there involving, things with performance. I don't know how to explain it. You could just kind of tell. But regardless, I think it's fantastic. I think it's absolutely fantastic. Wow. Stop hating on the 80s. Hey, all right, I have trauma of my mom showing me 80s movies all the time, okay, as a kid. That was good. Let me write a review of this, all right? Huh. Spirit of Eden is... Hold on. Spirit of Eden is an album... I think that's good. Spirit of Eden is an album. I don't know. I think that's a good one-sentence review. Spirit of Eden is an album that combines many influences into an immaculately performed and recorded meditative experience. It is way ahead of its... It's way ahead of its time? Okay, I'll stick with that. Spirit of Eden is an album that combines many influences into an immaculately performed and recorded meditative experience. It is also way ahead of its time. Okay, it's pretty good. Are we getting a Hi, How Are You, Daniel Johnston review? I need to revisit that album. I keep saying I need to, but I need to actually do that. All right, holy shit. I guess we're moving on. That was, I'll just say thank you, YouTube recorded audience, for watching. See you later. Peace. All right, we're done with the recording.